Hey guys, so okay, welcome back to 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. I keep saying this is going to be the last episode, this is the ending, but clearly I have no idea when the hell this is going to end, so let's just keep powering through this, shall we? We're stuck in the incinerator, June's gone, like literally gone, she's disappeared, Santa's gone through the door with Ace, and we're stuck here, so here we go. All we can do is stand here and stare at this door with a 9 on it. I guess this is it. This is the end. Is it, Junpei? Is it really? I keep saying that. Well, maybe it literally is the end. I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums, I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness, was inside of him. Through the morphic field set, we were resonant, and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise, like a clap of thunder. This is Akane vision. What the hell just happened? What? That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. Yes, that was when my resonance with him began. Wait. My resonant event melted into him, and we became one, inside of Junpei. Somehow, I found myself in Junpei's mind, 9 years in the future. What? Are we going across time right now? Are we Akane? But I didn't lose myself. I was living in two realities at once. One was the present, and the other was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as two movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Whoa. Whoa, what's going on? Eventually, it becomes difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
Right. That was my brother, Aoi. He was yelling, so we are talking as Akane right now. So these are all the other kids? I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age.
Come on, hurry up!
We ran down a long, straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. So we're gonna relive the original Nonary Games now? Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got in a fist fight. A girl watching them began to cry. "I want to go home," she cried. "I want to go home." Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It's been 2 hours since the Nonary game began. We were starting to fall apart. But just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello? Everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down, and we gathered around him.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q, and is desperately trying to send information over to me.
So they were aware that their siblings were in another building trying to give them information. They weren't just lost in the dark. I see. Snake, of course, leadership qualities through and through.
Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
Is that really her name? Is that her real name, Clover? I thought that was just her nickname for the game, because of the 4-leaf clover, but apparently not. 9th birthday, how convenient. As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. In his hand were 9 4-leaf clovers. It's probably why Santa doesn't like them now.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted.
Is he going to explain what they mean?
I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is, well, it is difficult.
I mean, when you put it that way, that is very dedicated of him. Like, you have to appreciate that, jeez.
But my sister means a great deal to me, and I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her.
Knows how to save money on the presents, but make a great impact. Like, this is the kind of thing you gotta do.
Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate. Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover.
That would make Clover 18 currently, right? And we know Junpei's in college, right? So
For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another.
And you also need luck.
If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck? Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
He gave a clover to each of us. I took one too. Eventually, he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Now don't ever forget, so long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
But what happened to the rest of them? Why were only some of them here in the game, right? Like, instead of Nona, I believe her name is, Zero took her mother. What about these guys? You know? Who are they? When he was finished, the attention of only a few minutes before was gone. We were calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer, and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. So if these are the same puzzles, I'm just wondering. We could solve them, we didn't need someone to go through the morphogenetic fields to get them. We used that for something else entirely, and that was catching out who Ace really is and stuff. So, but maybe it's because they were kids that they weren't expected to solve these puzzles, like how would they know how to play Baccarat and stuff? Maybe, I guess? Like, these puzzles were definitely solvable without the information getting transmitted. I wonder. Right, the incinerator. This is where they all got trapped in there, except for 5 people who got out. Because there's only one 9 door. Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time it was only 1. Yeah. But if there was only 1 door, that meant only 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do? There aren't any other doors!
We began to panic. Then, as if things had not gotten bad enough already. Incinerator. Jeez. Really? This has to be the way out? Through the incinerator?
Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes.
This is the worst safety measure ever. It says automatic incineration is going to take place in 18 minutes, but I'm going to lock all the doors.
Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
How the fuck are you supposed to evacuate when you've shut all the doors? Like, you know, what kind of safety measure is that?
Repeat.
We need to get Alsha in here and just write this whole place up. It's a safety hazard.
Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
And before you get all up in my face, yes, I understand. This has been modified. I'm just joking and being sarcastic.
What? What's happening?
We're all gonna die.
What did that thing say? That didn't sound good.
But man, that's freaking so screwed up. And Ace was, or Hongo, I should just call him by his real name, was happy to just incinerate these kids, because why the hell not? What a dick. My brother Aoi swallowed hard and answered.
I think it means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
Like, and how did they all get out? Was it a civilized, or like, debate? Who's going through, or did they all fight amongst themselves?
The plaque on the door says incinerator. And that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
No! Help me!
Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up on the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. He was a huge, frightening mountain of a man, as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him 7.
Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
I'm here to detect. Seven's a friggin' champion, man. He's awesome. He's, one of my favorites for sure. The rest happened just like 7 had said it did. The 4 of us who had stayed behind were saved by 7. We crawled through the vent, away from the incinerator, and slid down into the hall. But what happened to you? We gotta get to that part. We came out on the other side of door 9. On the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up the spiral staircase. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother Aoi, Snake, and 7. The other children, the ones who'd gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I guess that's the connection, I guess? Like the rest had already gone through door 9 and escaped, but Snake, Santa, and Nona, Lotus's daughter, got left behind. I wonder what happened to her. Why was she not kidnapped, you know? I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upward like a tornado. Eventually, I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they'd caught up, and that must have been when you ran into Hongo. That was when I realized.
Oh no, where is it?
What?
Did I drop Jumpy's present?
Jumpy's present? I knew I'd had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then, had I dropped it as we slid out? She had to go back. Yeah, there we go. I had to go back. I had to. But I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would stop me. I was sure of that. I didn't stop to think. I simply moved. But how did you get past them without them seeing you, you know? If you were way ahead, right? I ran to the central hall, to the room that connected to all the other areas of the ship. I hid in the shadows, and moments later I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me, up the staircase. Right, of course. You hid and let them get ahead. I waited until they were out of sight, and then I ran. I moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally, I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically.
There it is!
What was it? It was just where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. Was it something that they discussed in door 3? I can't remember. I ran over and snatched it from the floor. But as I ran back toward the stairs and freedom... You stepped out of the incinerator? The door to the incinerator opened, and a man stepped out. It was Hongo. Gentaro Hongo. 9 years later, we would call him Ace.
Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
Ugh. His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly, I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
There was an edge of insanity to his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me! Let go!
Look at all that. Are they scars or bruises or just the art style? Jeez, he looks like a freaking demon. I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hongo to let go of me. But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongo.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
I mean, she's a kid. If the fact that you're struggling means she's pretty tough. Akane wasn't going out without a fight. He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
I wonder if the item that she collected that was Jumpy's present is what linked him to her 9 years later. Then, suddenly,
Akane!
the door to the stairs flew open, and my brother Aoi burst out of it. Behind him came Seven and Snake.
Akane!
He cried my name again as he leapt toward Hongo.
You came back!
I cried out, but then
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator.
Ah!
The force of it threw me to the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked toward the open number 9 door. It was open. Hongo stood between it and me. Oh, that's how he left, I guess. But behind him I could see my brother, his fists clenched. But those fists never reached Hongo. He gapped it through the door. With the cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. He checked the screen, then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all, and walked past me as though I were nothing more than a rock by the roadside. Did he give her a chance to escape? But how? Like I said, they had no one giving them information. They were both on the same ship. Akane is supposed to be the transmitter, right? A few moments later... Guess she couldn't have run back. The other 2 doors slid shut as well. Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran toward the door with the 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice.
Help me!
My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
Damn it, man.
He went out the other door!
What?
This is intense. What the hell happened? Then it started again.
Warning. Warning. Emergency Incineration Command has been acknowledged. Incineration will begin in
Junpei vision.
18 minutes.
What?
Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Are we back in the present now? Holy shit. Man, I knew what it was gonna say, but that is one hell of a creepy voice.
I knew it!
Oh my god. What's going on? Ah.
It's starting. Santa started the incinerator.
Ugh. Why?
Fuck! Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years.
We saved his damn life, and now he's repaying us by freaking shoving us in the oven.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about? It's 9 years this and 9 years that, and when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of fucking experiments. You aren't making any sense.
I feel you, Lotus. I feel you. Don't worry. She has no clue what's going on.
I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now. I promise, I'll tell you everything once we get out of here.
You should have just come with us to the office. There, but then again, I guess you couldn't.
But
You were taken hostage. Sort of.
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
We only got 17 minutes, okay? And Seven took 10 years to say his story. You think I'm going to be able to condense it in 17 minutes? We
you know
gotta
what
go.
that means, right? Incinerate means burn.
Thanks, Clover. I do know
What
it
kind
means.
of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means.
This isn't 9 years ago. We're not kids.
Well, god damn it. Okay, fine. I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want.
Yeah, just, I promise. I'll tell you everything.
But you have to do something for me. 7, figure this out.
Why him? I'm pretty smart, you know.
What? Why me?
Just shut up and stop this thing.
Yes, 7. Turn it off.
How the hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
There isn't anything like that.
Well, that's just unsafe, isn't it?
How the hell do you know?
Yeah, he's blind.
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
And that's true. Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. Can't really blame her. Wait. The floor. It's moving. What now? What the hell is this? What else can I say about it but...
What the hell is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh, jeez.
What is that?
We're switching between timelines. What else could I say? It's the same dialogue. The floor opened, and a machine rose up out of it. It looked like a computer. At least, it kind of did. There was a monitor, a keyboard, and a cross-shaped device of some kind. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. I was terrified. Tears poured down my face. I wiped them off, even as more took their place, and forced myself forward. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen. You didn't bother to tell the others what was going on? I guess she was so focused on trying to get out. It was blank. All I saw was my own frightened face staring back at me from the glass, drenched in tears. All I can see on the screen is a reflection of my own face. I'm looking kind of freaked out. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but seeing it kind of drives it home. Okay, Junpei. Just calm down, alright. Everything's gonna be okay. Ugh, man, I wish that thing would just shut up.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
I know, right? Alright, back to this thing. If it's only showing up now, then it's gotta be important. But what the hell am I supposed to do with it?
Hey, move!
Lotus, you're a hacker, of course. Ugh. Hey, we're all tense, lady. That doesn't mean you get to shove people around.
Okay, it's turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it?
Just stay calm. Sure, I'll just push buttons. I'm sure that'll... Huh? Well, at least it's on now. What's on the screen, though? Another puzzle. Fantastic.
What is this?
What's up?
It looks like some sort of puzzle.
Yep. It's got a bunch of numbers and letters scattered across a 5x5 grid. What? What do we need? What are we supposed to do with this? The numbers range from 1 to 8.
Do you think that if we solve this puzzle, the incinerator will stop? Yeah. Well, we can hope, right?
Alright, puzzle. How do you work? Oh man, that goddamn voice again.
Incineration will begin
Do you
in
have to remind us every minute?
13 minutes.
Shit, 13 minutes. Can we really do this? My heart feels like it's gonna pop. My heart was pounding like it was about to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I love the parallels here. It's awesome. I was sure I had to solve it somehow, but I had no idea how. My connection to Jumpy had been gone for a while. His mind was gone. I couldn't get any more information from him. Right. So this is actually happening as well at the same time. Sorry. They're technically both the present. Shit. If Junpei can solve it, or Akane can solve it, or if Akane can solve it, Junpei should be able to solve it. Because Jun's the transmitter. I felt the seconds tick by as I stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. Then I heard a voice.
Hey, what are you doing?
Is that Ace? It was muffled. I turned around. Pressed against the window in the entry door was a face. A frightening, evil face. It was Hongo. How long had he been watching me?
Ah, Don't know what to do?
No, not really, you asshole. You locked me in here. You didn't give me any hints. He was yelling, but his voice was still muffled.
It's simple, really. But I suppose I might as well tell you.
Okay.
Just solve the puzzle on that machine.
Okay, I know what I need to do, you doofus. Oh, you mother... His laughter was muffled by the door, but it still tore at my heart like the claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hongo, struggling to hold back hot tears.
You're a terrible person! I hate you!
I love that that's the worst she can say. She's so pure.
Oh my! How could you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person? That's not very nice.
Well, you're not a very nice man.
I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty.
Oh, get out of town.
You see? I've even left you a way out.
How do I even know this will work?
A way out?
Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator.
Seek a way out.
What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this all again. I'm not going to listen to you. If you're just going to throw me back in here, I might as well just die now.
My goodness, haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you, I'm a fair man.
And I don't believe you for a second. I trust you as far as I can throw you.
If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed, you will escape.
And then what? I escape, and then you probably just capture me again to do more tests.
The
To see if it was a
verification
fluke.
function of the red?
Then I remember. Before Hongo left the room, he had scanned 2 bracelets into the red. By solving this puzzle, is it going to give me the bracelet I need to complete the digital root of this?
Ah, so you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1, and the second is 3. Say, Akane, what's your number?
She's supposed to be 5, right? I looked down at my left hand. The face on my bracelet showed a 5. 1 plus 3 plus 5 equals 9. I ran to the door with the 9 on it. I grabbed the red and put my hand against the scanner panel. Not working.
You really aren't one for listening, are you?
It's sort of deactivated at the moment. I hear Hongo's muffled voice from across the room.
I've already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate.
Exactly, it's like suspended right now, so it's not taking anything.
In other words, if you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number. What kind of fool are you?
A freaking victim is what I am.
Why are you doing this?
You could never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys.
Why, you live in a zoo? Jeez, well, that's terrible.
Now start the experiment. Solve the puzzle.
I can't! I don't know how!
Of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you?
I need to transmit. I need to get the answer from the morphogenetic field.
Access the morphogenetic field and find the solution.
I can't!
Then you'll die. You'll burn alive. It's gonna be quite hot in there in a few minutes.
Yeah, but your experiment will have failed, you donkey.
I imagine it will be very painful.
What an absolute cunt. Like, actually, this guy just makes my skin crawl. I just want to hook him in the face right now. His horrible laugh echoed across the room, and even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it.
Incineration will begin in 10 minutes.
He's stressing me out, man. I've got like, oh man, I play games to be happy, not be pissed off by this little loser. Jeez, he's getting to me. I was crying. Great gulping sobs broken by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow, I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the monitor.
I can't! I just can't! There's no way! I can't figure this out!
You can. I know you can. I believe in you. What was I going to do? I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't even know where to start. Fear scattered my thoughts, and all I could think of was how I was going to die. My palms were sweating, knees weak, arms and heavy. There's vomit on my sweater already. Mom's spaghetti and my blood was boiling in my veins. It was hot. So hot. I couldn't breathe. I felt dizzy. My heart roared in my chest as if it would pound itself to pieces. Seek a way out, Akane. Epiphany and danger. What was the other one? I don't think it was called danger, was it? I reached into my pocket. I wrapped my hand around the thing I'd come back to get. The doll Jumpy had given me. At least I had that. I held it tight with both hands and prayed.
Help me! Jumpy! Help me! Help me!
I'll do my best.
Help me! Jumpy! 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 Please! Help me! Jumpy!
Ah.
Akane?
Akane!
Who the hell is Akane?
Shut up! Just shut the hell up!
I'm trying to listen. Sivan and Lotus don't understand. I think Clover and Snake have an idea, though. Clover's looking at me, and I think Snake may have figured it out. No, it doesn't matter. They're in my way. Where'd she go? Maybe over here?
Akane! Akane! Can you hear me? Akane! Say something!
We're doing it! The experiment, it's happening. Fuck! Did something break our connection? I swear I just heard her. Shit!
Akane! Answer me! Akane!
I want to be louder,
Jumpy?
but like it's the middle of the night. I spun around. I heard a voice. His voice. I looked around. You recognize his voice? He sounds older though, doesn't he? He wasn't in the room, of course. But I'd heard it so clearly. Like he was right there.
Jumpy!
I screamed as loud as I could.
Akane!
Jumpy!
Will I have to switch between visions to solve this puzzle? Will I, like, have to solve things across time? That would be so awesome. That's her! She's there! Then, that means...
Akane! Akane!
Are you in an incinerator right now?
Yes, I am! How did you know?
I couldn't believe that he knew that. Now I understand what Santa meant.
Right. There's only one way to help her. You were brought here to help my sister, to save Akane.
Are you trying to save her from the past? Have I tried to alter the past here? I think I get it now.
Incineration will begin in
And now I'm stuck in Epiphany and danger.
7 minutes.
What was the I can't even remember the other word now, I'm so sorry.
Jumpy, we don't have time!
As quickly as I could, I told him that I had to solve the puzzle in order to stop the incinerator.
Got it!
And I do. I get everything now. At last, I finally understand what all of this means. I know why the Nonary Game was held today. And that's why Zero lost, because I was unable to save Akane. I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All of this was planned out to lead to this one moment. Oh my god. This is insane. I can't believe it. But there's only one possible answer. June is alive and dead at the same time. Zero is Akane Kurashiki. She recreated the history of the future that she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. No, she's trying to save herself right now! That means that there's only one thing for me to do. Even if this is all some sort of insane plan, I will save her. I will save Akane Kurashiki. I must save her no matter what!
Incineration will begin in
Here we go! Oh, what a climax!
6 minutes.
The voice reminded me of how much time I had left.
Jumpy!
I know, I'm working on it. Not
Yeah,
really,
I know.
haven't really
Just
been-
hang on, all right? I promise I'll get you out of there.
I've just been talking. Solve the puzzle.
I'm not gonna let you die. I promise. So don't worry, all right? Just give me a few minutes, okay?
Well, that's all we have, Junpei. So let's get this freaking thing on the road. My voice shook as I answered. It was hot in the room. It felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart burned with my feelings for him. This reminds me of like Deja Vu. Have you seen that movie with Denzel Washington in it? It's like a little time travel thing. It was pretty fun. Alright, time to get to work, Junpei. Is Snake talking to them about something? Whatever. It doesn't matter. Get out of my way.
Hey, what are you...
Shut up.
Just trust me, okay?
Sorry, Lotus. I didn't mean to snap, but there's a lot more at stake here than your pride. I'll apologize later, alright? Now let's have a look at this thing. We've got numbers all over this grid. I think the panels are out of order. So look at this. It's 1, 3, 5, 7. That's a bit of a pattern, right? But then we got A, S, O, D. And we've got R, P, W, S as well. So there's 2, 5, 7, 10, 12. 12 empty spaces. And one of them's bolted down. So I just need to switch these out? Staring at it isn't going to accomplish anything. I'll just have to try it.
Just think of what I did all those times before. I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem.
Okay, sure. Why not? Let's just solve it by ourselves. Great. Okay. It's time for one last puzzle. Are we on a timer here? I guess not. What's the hint for? Oh. When I pressed hint, numbers appeared in the empty spots on the grid. They're all single digits. I get the feeling the numbers change when I switch out the yellow squares. But this square at the bottom, why does it stay blank when I press hint? This one here? Pressing the button again makes the numbers disappear. Looks like I can turn them on and off. Then, is there some special meaning to there being two modes? What could it mean? Okay, so when I flip the hint off, all the empty spots look like the one on the bottom right. Yes. Does that mean they're supposed to match? Maybe I need to make all the numbers in the squares the same. Well, let's start practicing. What does that do? If I switch out a yellow square, the numbers that show up in the hint change too. It looks like the numbers are affected by the adjacent squares. For example, when I switch out 3 with 5, the hint number increases by 2. I bet the hint just adds the surrounding numbers. Okay. So... Ugh, this makes no sense to me right now. Seven. That becomes 3. Why though? Is it because that's 11, 12, 2 plus 1 is 3. It's also 3. Okay, so what are we trying to accomplish here? What number do we need? I'm gonna guess they all need to equal 9. In which case, we would need to get 8, 7 and 3 maybe? So that's all good. This becomes 14, 17. So if we swap that P with a 1, it becomes 9. Then we got 5, 6. If I put this as a 3. Cool. Well, they're all 9, aren't they? Now what? It displays what the adjacent yellow squares add up to. So most of the answers should be 2 digits. But each square only has a single digit. They must be calculated in a different way. Digital roots? If they're digital roots, then they'll always end up as 1 digit. Yep. Maybe I need to have all numbers on? Password. I need to make it spell password, I guess. Wait. Like that. There we go. Gotcha! That was less than 6 minutes, right? Surely. Success, please enter password. What the fudge is going to be the password now? Nonary? Nope. Junpei? 0. Ugh. Password. I'm inputting a password now then? Are there any hints? What the hell am I supposed to put here? Password. Nope. Swordfish. Freaking hell. What's the password? Password. What would it be? Kane? Is there gonna be numbers? The screen appeared after I solved the last puzzle. Maybe the hint was in that one? 9. Nope. The hint was in the last puzzle. Think! Damn it! 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Puzzle? The answer ended up being password. And after it was an extra space. The 9th square. Maybe that's the password? Password... What? Password. Nope. What the hell am I missing here? Shit, am I just like missing something completely obvious? I'm so sorry. The puzzle. I solved it by making the hint squares all 9. So the hidden number should be 9 as well. That means it's just 1. Gugh. There you go. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. Is that your final answer?
Yes, that's it.
That is my final answer. Lock it in, Eddie.
Akane, did you get it?
Yes, I did! I solved it! I mean, really, you solved it for me, but I copied everything you did!
That's okay. Get the fuck out of there right now.
Now I just have to press enter!
Then what the hell are you waiting for? Push it!
Okay, I will!
I hit the enter key.
Emergency shutdown command has been confirmed. Incineration system has been disabled.
Thank God. We did it. Surely that was less than 6 minutes, right? I should have timed it. Are we good? Are we good to go?
Jumpy! It worked! It worked! The incinerator shut down! It worked!
Tears rolled down my face as I cried out to him, but they were a very different sort of tears. A wonderful feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body. At the same time, what strength I had left disappeared, and I collapsed to the floor. For a while I just lay there, laughing and crying and enjoying being alive. For every time I thought about him, I thought my heart would burst. Whew. Yeah, all in a day's work. I can't quite believe I did that. But I'm so glad. So glad. I feel like my heart's on fire. Santa, are you going to turn this thing off? Please tell me. No, I don't have time to be thinking about that kind of shit. I need to tell Akane.
Akane! Sorry, but things are kind of busy over here. I'm gonna have to hang up now, okay?
Hang up, like we're on a phone.
Of course, that's fine!
I wiped the tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously, even though I knew he couldn't see me. Then I looked over at the corner of the floor. There were the 2 bracelets Hongo had left behind.
Now.
Well, Sivan and Lotus don't look particularly happy with me. Are you serious? I just saved our butts. And you're gonna frown at me? Not a very nice look to give someone who just saved your lives, guys.
Junpei, are you...
God? Yes, I am, my child.
Okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine, yeah.
Ah, shut it.
Right. Okay, so maybe they have a reason to be pissed off. So what if I haven't pressed the enter key yet? Yeah, oh, that's why. Alright, nothing holding me back now. Here goes. Wait.
Incineration will begin in 90 seconds.
Yeah, laters.
It doesn't sound like it's stopping.
No, Snake, what gave it away? The fact that she's still counting down.
What the shit? Why isn't it stopping?
Santa, you little bitch, I saved your sister! Okay, maybe I didn't hit the key hard enough. Just hit it again, and again, and again. Okay, that's not working either. The alarm's still going off. What the hell is going on? I've got all the right numbers in the right boxes. It's perfect. So why the fuck isn't this thing stopping?
Incineration will begin in 60 seconds.
Please tell me just fireworks are gonna come out of those nozzles. Wait, of course. That's what the number that showed up after the puzzle mean. 6, 11, 7 equals 8, 26, 8. 2 plus 4, yeah, 6, 11, 18, 26. Snake, Clover, me, 7, and Lotus. Then, door 9. It's actually door 8. No, that's it. That number on the door isn't a 9. It's not even a number.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
Holy shit. Or is it like a B? Of course. Then we just have to put the right number into the red end.
Incineration will begin in 30 seconds.
Run, guys! Get to the door! Run!
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, don't have much time. Man, I sure hope they can just trust me on this one or we are all FUCK'd. Alright, no time to explain, just go!
Quick! Verify your numbers on the red!
Verify?
That's right, it's reactivated it.
Who?
What combination?
All of us! We all need to verify!
Yes!
Why?
You really think this is a good time to ask questions? Just do it!
Hurry, 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 hurry!
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds.
Sorry, I can't even wait for you to finish your damn
9,
sentence.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
1. Okay, that's one
Central
on the
gate
second.
has been opened. Incineration system has been disabled.
Yeah, get fucked, you stupid speaker. God. Oh, thank fucking Christ. No, no time to be happy. Time to go.
Hurry! We've only got 9 seconds before the door closes! Go, go, go!
Come on, guys, move it. Okay, they're all through. Move it, Junpei. Just in time. But what about the dead? And there goes the door. No, don't go. Don't calm down yet. You're not done. We've still got to find the dead. Okay, good. We found it. Phew. That exhausted me. I'm just sitting on a computer.
Shit.
That's all you can say. That's all I can say. Shit.
Looks like we made it, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, man, that guy sure can laugh when he wants to. I feel so relieved right now. Looks like Clover and Lotus are totally out of energy. Snake is shaking his head wearily. I just want to take a nap, but
Akane? Akane! Can you hear me? Akane!
I want to tell her we made it. I want to tell her how good I feel. But nothing. No more danger. There we go. The door opened. Standing in front of it was my brother.
Akane!
Oi!
I cried his name even though my voice was almost gone from screaming and leapt into his arms.
Oh, oi!
Akane!
Wait, We changed the flow of time. I buried my face in his chest and cried again. I cried and cried and cried. The steady thump of his heart in my ear made me feel like I was home. Its beat was almost like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him as far as they would go and held him as tight as I could. Just to be there felt like a miracle. I hadn't felt the warmth of another human body in what had seemed like an eternity. Almost just felt the warmth of flames licking at our feet. I just wanted to stay there in his arms forever. Look at that. Do you see that? You gotta activate the did, but I couldn't. The moment I'd passed through the door, my bracelets had begun to count down to death. I leapt away from him and looked around. The door had already closed. I spotted the dead only a short distance away. It took me only a moment to get to and scan all the bracelets. I left the ones Hongo had dropped on the scanner panel. That was it. I took a deep breath and looked around again. The huge detective who would call 7 in 9 years, and Snake, the blind boy, were looking at me. They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide, and their mouths hung open.
Alright, let's get out of here. If we don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
Yeah, don't want that happening, evil son of a bitch. Aoi was right. It was top moving. The mention of Hongo seemed to jar 7 and Snake out of their surprise, and they nodded. We took off running up the spiral staircase to freedom. Tell me you've got Junpei's stuff now so we don't go back to that damn incinerator. Time for more running. But if they can get us out of here, no wonder we're running so hard. My heart's beating so hard I can barely hear. God, I can't wait to breathe real air again. Huh? Is 7 talking?
Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something?
What now?
What's up?
That door, the one with the 9 on it. Why'd it open?
Because I am a genius.
Yeah, all 5 of us verified our numbers on the red. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26. That makes our digital route 8. It shouldn't have opened.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already.
Huh? Why?
Because you were the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Not in this flow, though, so she must be really confused.
Bases?
Yeah. What are the 2 numbers in base 2?
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
That goes from 0 to 9, right?
Then how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes from there. B, C, D, etc.
You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10. B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, and so on.
So, what about it?
You don't get it? What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
Base 27?
Yeah.
Inconceivable.
Well, the numerical digits are the same. So, I guess you'd add alphabetical digits. E is 14, F is 15, G is 16,
H is 17, I is 18, J is 19.
K is 20, L is 21, M is 22.
It's a P.
N is 23.
Not a B.
O is 24.
No?
P is 25.
It's a Q. Sorry.
Yeah, and? What comes after that?
Q.
26!
And what does that mean?
That wasn't a 9 on the door.
It was a Q! A fucking lowercase q!
Jeez, he needs to put the flick at the bottom, okay?
Yep, that's pretty much it. I guess to put it another way, you could say that it was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27.
Time for more running. I like how he just sounds so calm. God, my thighs are killing me. Jeez, first world problems. I swear any moment now I'm gonna tear a muscle. I feel like every single cell in my body is dying for air. Damn, every breath I take is a chore now. I feel like my lungs are gonna burst. Maybe just a short rest. No, can't stop. Don't have time. Come on, legs. There can't be many more of these steps left. Let's run. Run. Like a bullet down a rifled barrel. Like a tornado cutting through a sea of clouds. I feel like we're running along the back of a giant coiled dragon. Finally! Turns out we're in downtown New York. Actually, we're in the middle of the Arctic. Right, well, my thighs are still in one piece. Jesus, I can barely breathe. No, Junpei, no time to rest. Pull yourself together. You're almost there.
Alright, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
Yes,
And that's like booby-trapped.
we're finally here!
Please do.
Sure, you look like a big heavy door, but you're the only thing standing between me and my freedom. But even more important than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. You're gonna open, and you're gonna open now. Ah, my eyes. Is this heaven? I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was Aoi's. He gave it a small, reassuring squeeze. I was so happy, I felt like I could melt. My heart was at peace. And not only because my brother and I were back together again. Thanks to the huge detective, all 9 of us who had been kidnapped were finally able to escape from the gigantic. Jeez, they really were in the middle of the ocean. Offshore. Oh yeah, they did say that they were offshore, but jeez, how the hell are you supposed to get back? What happened to Hongo? Must have taken like a helicopter or something, right? On the distant horizon, we could see the faint outline of the ship as it sank. The ship sank? Then are you telling me that Santa and Zero pulled the ship back up, fixed everything up? Really? It gave a thunderous roar as it finally slipped beneath the waves. Its last cry echoed out across the ocean, and then it was gone.
It's over.
Aoi whispered.
Yeah,
It was over. It was finally over. Or was it? Was it really? No, that was wrong. That wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. This was only a prologue to what would happen in 9 years. Yep. Everything must remain constant, I guess. Still, I've got a lot of questions. I might need a moment to piece this all together. Yes, finally! Air! Ugh! Damn, that sun is bright. I can barely see anything. Huh? Gotta admit, this doesn't look quite like... Wait,
No way.
you've got to be shitting me.
what?
It can't be.
This is...
Where are we? Yeah, I knew it. Building Q? Nevada. It's a desert.
This is the building in the Nevada desert.
Yeah, because the ship sunk.
the mock experiment building.
Oh my god. This whole time we were in Building Q.
Sure enough. It's a desert out there, with mountains all around it. Hello there, sun. Boy, am I ever glad to see you. I don't think I've ever been so happy to see a sunrise. Huh? Did I just hear something fall? Our bracelets. We escaped the ship. Right. Our bracelets. I guess I've never really got a good look at the underside of one of these. Let's see what's inside you. Just a little electronic chip, like in an ATM card. That's it. There's nothing else. What about the bombs in our bodies? Nothing that even looks like a detonator. There was never a detonator to begin with, only in number 9, probably. Figures.
Akane.
She wouldn't want to kill any of them. She just wanted to kill those responsible.
Jumpy.
But now what? Guess I must be pretty crazy about the girl if I think I'm hearing her voice in the wind. Wow, what a freaking crazy ass ending there. Holy shit balls. I was not ready for that. And that's it. That's just how it ends. Oh my god, there's so much to unpack, so much to like digest. Whew. Okay, but now what? I've got so many questions. So Alice was like, kind of irrelevant, I guess? Probably? Just like a red herring, I guess? But like, how is this all going to take place now? Because Akane lived now that we saved her. Does that mean, like, she has to keep repeating the cycle over and over, the different Akanes, if she's to keep on living? But like, so there really was Akane in our present time, but then it can't be if she died originally. I need some help, probably. I might need to, like, look up some stuff, but because maybe I just, like, finished it, it's late, I can't really digest what's just happened in front of my eyes, but holy shit, that was pretty exciting. Like, wasn't it? Oh, Cam Clark did a voice. He's a pretty cool actor. He did, Liquid Snake. But yeah, damn, man. Like, I'll admit, like, the game was, I thought it was alright, like, pretty good. Not amazing, but I thought it was pretty good. And then I got to the ending, and now it's like, whoa, this is a whole new game, and I, like, was not prepared for that, because I was, like, so used to the game just, you know, being alright, and then I was like, oh yeah, wasn't expecting anything, and then, boof, I get smashed in the face with all this stuff, and now, like, I'm so confused. But that's a good thing.
Are you okay?
I really want to sort of figure out what happened. I mean, feel free to explain in the comments as well, but like, damn, I just feel really dumb because I'm, yeah.
Oh, come on. This is nothing.
Hey, it's young Junpei.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look okay.
It was just before the end of the elementary school. Jumpy and I were sitting next to each other on a small hill looking down at the town as the sun slowly set.
How does it look then?
He was half serious and half joking. I thought about it for a minute first.
Well,
Jeez.
let's see.
God.
It looks like you kissed a toad and got warts, but then they just kept growing and growing and growing.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it.
What does that even mean?
Junpei grinned and...
Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah, don't smile.
See? I told you you're not okay. You're too reckless.
Was this defending, like, the animals?
You can't beat 5 8th graders, Jumpy. That's crazy.
Kinda looks like what I looked like when I took on 6 people once. Long story. Don't do it.
Yeah, but I couldn't just stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
Oh, they left a car for us. That's nice. Look at that Nevada desert go past. For an SUV, this thing is a pretty smooth ride. It's 4-wheel drive, isn't it? Sure was nice of someone to leave it for us outside the building. Keys in the ignition and gas in the tank. How convenient. It's like someone wanted us to leave there. Almost like it was a prison, you know? Anyway, we jumped in, and now here we are, screaming across the desert. But what happened to Santa? What happened to Ace? Lotus is over there in the passenger seat. Snake and Seven and I are all squeezed in the back seat here. Is Clover driving? I still can't believe we let her drive.
Woohoo! This is so fun!
Can you even reach the gas pedal?
This is so awesome! Driving is so great when there's nothing around, and there's no speed limit.
We're still on sand, you know. Please don't flip the car.
Hey, Clover, watch those bumps, all right?
Yeah, watch out for the dunes.
This car jumps even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Hey, shut it. I can't help if I'm big, all right? Suck it up.
Why don't you drive, Seven?
As long as Snake doesn't drive.
I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law.
You're not gonna ticket us?
He doesn't have an international license.
Yeah, but you could have sat in the passenger seat.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm giving this seat up.
Guess she doesn't get squashed by Seven.
And Clover, there's no need to slow down.
Really?
The car Santa and June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead of us.
Are we trying to catch up to them?
Yeah, I saw some fresh tire tracks going out. There's no doubt about it.
I wonder if we're just gonna find, like, Ace's body in the middle of the desert with vultures picking at it.
Then we've got to hurry if we want to catch them, don't we? Sure thing!
Jeez, I didn't even want to see if we, like, succeeded in our experiment, just drove off. Oh, shit! God damn it, she doesn't have to drive so fast! Man, I didn't even think a car like this could go this fast. We're sure throwing up a lot of dust. Jesus, when I thought the game was finished, it's still not finished. Goodness me, we just keep on going. It was a couple hours after we'd run into the junior high students They'd been hiding in the bushes on the back of one of the hills, drenching a kitten in gasoline. Yeah, he was defending the animals. The moment we saw what they were doing, Jumpy ran up to them furious.
Hey! What the hell are you doing?
Then he jumped on them. He quickly scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. I caught it and ran for the police station as fast as I could.
Help me! Officer, please! You have to come with me!
The policeman and I headed back to the hill. All we found was Jumpy, sprawled on the ground with a face covered in big swelling lumps.
You couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
I asked him. He stuck his tongue out through the hole in his mouth where a tooth had fallen out.
Yeah, I guess I coulda.
Yeah, but you don't look cool.
Then why didn't you?
I suppose you don't really look cool when you're pummeled.
I didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real good.
Yep, such is the urge to fight.
Because of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yeah, that too, but I think they were the ones behind those murders our first semester. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the bunnies.
Yeah, the bunnies.
He plucked some grass from the ground and tossed it into the wind.
They asked me what elementary school I was from, so I told them. And then they said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbits. I couldn't forgive them for that, so I...
Got beat up in your place. How kind.
Hey, there's still some stuff I don't get.
Yeah, me too, Junpei. Me too. Of course, they probably don't know any more than I do.
Like Ace.
Did you explain to them what happened?
Well, I guess I should say Gentaro Hongo. Why did he create the Nonary project?
On Switch, of course.
Anybody? Any ideas?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Why is he down on the ground? Well, yeah, I guess I could.
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
Yeah, he is. Oh, he's in this car. Still tied up, I'm assuming, with his mouth taped shut. His eyes just look empty. No emotion. What, Dementorchism? He looks like he's just given up. I wonder if he even cares what happens to him anymore.
Hey, were you listening to us?
Yeah, go ahead and try to pretend you weren't, you old bastard. Let's get that tape off your mouth.
Come on, I know you were. Answer me.
You could at least look at me when you talk, man.
I only wanted to see the faces. Human faces.
You wanted to cure your condition?
I thought if I could gain the ability to access the morphic field set, then perhaps I could see faces.
Well, you didn't have to kill kids for it, you know?
By peering into people's minds, you could understand how they were processing the expressions of others.
That's it?
Yes, if you want to put it simply. But if you are looking for a more philosophical answer, I could supply that as well.
No, I don't really care for your philosophy, you psychopath.
You see, the human collective consciousness...
Yeah, put that tape back on. Thank you. I think that's enough out of you, pal. Time for the tape to go back.
All right, so what's your second question? You said there were some things you didn't get, didn't you?
Yep. Well, somebody's a little nosy.
Well, my next question doesn't really have anything to do with you two. This is for you, Seven. It's about the whole Alice thing. What's the deal with that?
Well, you see, 9 years ago, after I escaped from the Gigantic,
You went and recovered it and sold it for money.
I kept going after Hongo on my own, hoping I'd catch him when he finally slipped up. And during the course of my investigations, I learned a lot more about the Gigantic. I also found out about Gordain and Alice.
You're not really answering my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature?
He likes to tell long stories, okay? We almost died because it was taking so long explaining what happened 9 years ago. What? Sounds like Hongo has something to say. Alright, fine, I'll let you talk. But you gotta behave.
What?
Alice doesn't exist. 9 years ago, I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck. There was nothing in it but the root of a peculiar plant. My research determined that it was a member of the genus Mandragora, of the family Solanaceae.
Yeah,
I was able to extract a particular alkaloid from it.
of course.
I used that extract to create Soparin. Its creation was a tremendous boon to my firm, and we grew rapidly.
Well, thank you for bragging about your accomplishments. Shit, this is gonna go on forever. Tape's going back on, Hongo. The rest of my questions can wait a bit. For now, I think I'll just enjoy the ride. Or sleep. I'd probably just go to bed.
Here, this is for you.
What's this?
This is a for you doll. His name is Junpei.
Good one. Jumpy pulled something out of his pocket and shoved out his arm toward me. In his hand was a doll made of yarn small enough to fit in his palm.
Jumpy, are you sure it's, for you, doll?
Huh? Yeah, the lady at the shop said so, so that means it's for you, right?
Smooth, man.
Are you sure it's not a voodoo doll?
Yeah, maybe.
Wait, what? That's... Oh, man. Oh, man.
Well, it sure looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea then.
Yeah, please don't do anything to me.
Why are you giving me this anyway? It just seems really sudden.
Well, you know how after June, we aren't gonna get to see each other too much? I mean, we're gonna be in different schools, and I just thought I'd,
Aww. Adorable.
Oh, okay, well, how about we call it June then?
Okay. So, I wanted to give you this.
You sound like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie.
Yes. I, head of tribe. This doll, traditional charm of tribe.
Are you talking like Gonta now?
So I give this. It me. So we always together.
I can just imagine him like doing sign language at the same time, you know, just to really rub it in.
Oh, Jumpy.
If something bad, then hold and pray.
And it worked.
I go wherever you are. So here, take.
Maybe that's why it worked, because it's a voodoo doll. I reached my hand out and picked up the doll gently.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
It
Jumpy.
wasn't morphogenetic fields, it was a voodoo doll. I knew it. It's the occult. Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face and fell onto June's tiny yarn body.
Oh, Jumpy. I'll never forget you. I promise.
Jumpy looked straight into my eyes and said just 5 words. I won't forget you too.
I'll never forget you either.
Oh, it was close enough. The sky was a beautiful crimson red as it melted down toward the horizon. The last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. We sat, bathed in the warm light of evening. Just the two of us, leaning gently against one another, shoulder to shoulder. The sun set, and we still didn't leave. We watched in silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one the lights of the town began to flicker on. I thought I was about ready to go to bed. Clearly not. This is still going. It's all good. There's still one thing I don't get. To be honest, it's the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned, and the only one that's really important. It has to do with June and Akane. 9 years ago, she died in the incinerator on the Gigantic. But she's still alive now, as June. That's my main question. But how? Was it because I tapped into the morphic field set and saved her 9 years ago? But then because I saved her, this started. If I didn't save her, then we wouldn't be doing the Nonary Games? What's going on? Alright, let's say that makes some kind of insane sense. If I did that, then how do I make sense of what Seven remembers? Snake makes sense. He's blind. He couldn't have seen her body anyway. But Seven, he said he was sure he saw it. Right, is he talking about what Santa, picked up? But it's an incinerator, right? There should have been nothing left. Does that mean there's some kind of historical discrepancy? Maybe Hongo saved her and said 9 years from now you'll do this? I don't know. That's obviously a reach. Or... wait. Maybe that's not it at all. Seven? There's one other logical explanation. Seven lied? Was what you told me the truth, Seven? look satisfied. No. No way. He couldn't.
Hey, look! Over there. There's somebody next to the road.
What? Hmm?
What's going on? Hello? Are you sunbathing? Are you... Alice? Perchance? The burning gaze of the Nevada sun pounded down on her head. The desert around her rippled with heat. Maybe it's just a mirage that we see a nice sexy lady standing out in the desert. Junpei's probably just delirious. Standing there on that shimmering plain was a woman, her arm out and her thumb up. Oh, you're hitchhiking? It would not be long before Junpei realized who she was. And that's how it ends, for real. Oh, what a tease. She kind of looks familiar. When I boot up the Nonary Games, there's two things, right? There's Virtue's Last Reward and there's 999. On the Virtue's Last Reward side, it looks like one of the characters there. But I'll hold judgment. Don't forget your towel! Okay, I absolutely will not. Okay, well, looks like that is it. I've got everything. A sixth sense of what's coming. All the achievements are coming out of the woodwork now. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this little playthrough of 999. I realize it's an old game, so I'm guessing most of you guys probably rewatched this. I appreciate the support. I hope I did okay. And I'm looking forward to starting Virtue's Last Reward. I don't know when I'm going to do that. Probably soon, though. It depends, because Christmas is coming up, and I've got a wedding to plan, because that's going to take a lot of work. So... we'll see. I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you updated. As always, feel free to join the Discord server down below. I've got the description down there and the link. And I will see you in some of my other videos, hopefully. Take care, guys. I'll see you around. Bye.